Okay, I'm here today with Mr. Jim, as the students call him, Jim Berg, who is a school bus driver for the Sahuarita Unified School District. Jim has been nice enough to be a part of our Meet Your Neighbor series on the Green Valley News and Sahuarita Sun neighbor website. So thanks, Jim, for taking the time to do an interview this morning.
Okay, glad to be here.
And can you just talk a little bit about your life before becoming a bus driver for Sahuarita Unified School District and how you became a bus driver?
I lived in Seattle, Washington almost all my life, and I was a building contractor. I designed and built residential, nicer homes. We came out here on a trip. We got a new car, came out on a trip to see Arizona again, and wound up in Rancher Resort here in Sahuarita and fell in love with it and had a home built. And we've been here 14 years.
Great. And what is it about driving the bus for students in this area that brings you so much joy? And what do you like the most about your job?
The kids, and that's the thing that but a lot of people shy away from. But the kids is everything. I've had the same kids now. This is my ninth year, and I've had the same route basically, so that I know the kids. I've had the little kids that I have now. I have their big brother and big sisters
Mm,
on my bus for the high school run, and it's just I don't know. It's a job I look forward to every day. It isn't. I don't feel like it's a job as much as it's just keeping me busy, and
mhm.
I really enjoy it.
Okay, great. And can you talk a little bit about a couple of the most cherished memories you've had working as a bus driver? Talk about the impact you try to make on the students' lives.
One of the things that I do every year when school comes back on again, I pull the bus over when it's full, and I load it up, and I talk to them about what the rules are that the school district has set up, and what my job is to keep them safe. That's my only job. And then at the last thing, I strongly believe this, I've tried to follow it in my own life, is that they want to treat everyone like they want to be treated. And it's a little difficult since the school was out for the pandemic. A lot of the parents have had to kind of let go with some of the keeping the kids in line and with respect. So the respect has kind of slacked off a little bit, but I am very, very fortunate that most of my kids know me, and I give them respect, so they give it back.
Great. And can you talk a little bit about what it's like being able to drive the bus? Coming off the peak of the pandemic where you weren't able to drive students, and how exciting it was for you and the students once regular bus routes were resumed.
Well, before the pandemic, my one grade school, K through 5, I had 65 kids each day, to and from. And after the pandemic, I had 14, and it was the kids were very, very quiet, um, just almost like they were afraid. And for the first week or 10 days, um, I think um, my kids got more comfortable because they knew who I was, and what to expect from me. But it was the couple of the other routes that I have, it was difficult for them, and it was now it's gradually built up. I have more like 40, 45 each time.
Okay, great. And I know some people would say, why would someone want to drive a bus full of kids to and from school every day? Uh, what would you say to those people? And is there a misconception that all students or kids are unruly and rude?
I'll give you a story there that I trained drivers for a while. I've trained 7 new drivers over the years, and I had a young lady that we were sitting talking, and we were looking at some videos that are required in your training to be a driver. And I said, "You look a little apprehensive." And she said, "It shows." And I said, "Yeah, it does." I said, "What's your problem?" And she said, "Jim, I'm scared of the kids." And I said, well, we're going to take care of that. So the next morning, she rode with me, and I picked up all the kids, and I pulled over, and I stood up, and I announced, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet this young lady. She's working to be a school bus driver, and I want you to welcome her. And the kids cheered and took care of all of her worries.
Mm-hmm.
She's turned out to be one of the best bus drivers this group has ever had.
Great. Well, Jim, it's future plans and all. Would you like to make a statement? Because I know we talked a little bit about your future plans here coming up for the rest of the year.
Um, my wife and I have been kind of pressured by our daughter and pressured by me to move back to Seattle. And so right now I have given my notice that 2 weeks from last Friday will be my last day driving a bus. Um, difficult, difficult for me. And we are going to be selling our house and moving back up to Washington State. I know the weather's not the same, but can't beat having your relatives there.
Yeah. And so going back to your relatives and, being close to your family's got to be great. I mean, especially during this time where you have so many, family and grandchildren and
Yeah.
people you love up there.
Well, I have four grandsons and a daughter and her husband and my brother and his wife and family. So we're very blessed that we have, good people to go back to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so is there a farewell tour or, can you just tell us what you're going to miss the most about the job in general?
The only thing you can miss about bus driving is your kids, because you after a while they are your kids. You can't help it. You drive them back and forth to school, and you know where they live. You know the parents. Um, the kids are everything. It certainly isn't the buses or the much else. Uh, for me, it's flat out the kids.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jim Berg, for doing the interview with NABUR today. Good luck with the rest of your time here in the Sahuarita area and on the bus with the kids. And good luck in Seattle with the rest of your life going forward.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.